You guys are able to see my screen, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. Start my account. Okay, so guys, we started with data loading and we loaded a few files also, and we completed the internal stage part, right? User stage, table stage, and the name stage. And we loaded a few files through that. Today we will see external stage, okay? But obviously I'll cover little basics of cloud there, especially AWS. So people who don't have experience on that, I'll give you overview of some services that we will need. Uh, and I think Shiva is already working on AWS, so he will be aware of it. Just a quick check, Vinod and Venkat, what about you guys? Have you worked on AWS?
No, Abdul. I've
No,
not.
Abdul. We also know.
Or any basic idea on AWS?
Basic in the sense like what we saw in the class, what is the compute service, what is the storage, like that. That's a basic area.
Okay, sorry, am I audible, guys?
Yes, yes, Abdul.
Okay. So, Vinod, what about you?
I have only high level idea, high level knowledge.
Okay, no problem. Because it's important to go through our little basics of AWS. Although it's not mandatory, but because we will be using S3 bucket for our practical purpose or lab demo purpose, which is why it's important to know that, because you will have to configure it yourself, put files there and all that. So it's better I cover that for you guys. Okay. And who knows, you might start taking interest in cloud and might want to do something, get knowledge on that, further knowledge on that. Because as you all know, cloud is very important nowadays. So before that, I will just show you a small demo. We all are from database backgrounds, and you all know that it's normally the SQL scripts during the release time that we run through SQL. We put all the SQL statements, whether it's a create table statement or DML statement or execute some procedure, etc. We put it in a SQL file, and then we make it run on the SQL prompt in case of Oracle. All right. And if you have Jenkins, you can do that in a DevOps automatic way also through Git and all. Okay, so if you've not worked on DevOps, it's fine, but you might all be knowing that normally you have your SQL scripts which you run on the databases. So similarly, we can run the SQL scripts through SnowSQL. That is the command line prompt. We can, so I'll show you that how to do it. So what I did was I created a sample script. I'll show you this quickly, just a minute. Is that this load EMP SQL. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to connect through sysadmin role. I'm going to connect to control DB, connect to internal stages, and use this warehouse. And I'm going to empty my stage if anything is there. Then I'm going to put my files into the stage. Okay, then I'm going to connect to the database, use DemoDB and public schema, and then I'm going to create a table, EMP basic one, and then I'm going to load the files, employee files into that. And these are some, command line commands like spool. So anybody who's working in Oracle knows what spool is. So basically spool what it will do is whatever is the outcome of these individual statements, it will record it. Okay. And where it will record, it will create another spool file, kind of a spool file. You can name it anything, and it will record all the outcome of what happened, whether this statement was run properly, or whether it had an issue. Okay, so you can basically track the errors in that case. And you can also confirm whether the file that we have run, the SQL file that we executed, had executed properly, or everything is fine. So you basically try to gather the outcome of this whole file in a spool file. So this is the command, !spool, and you can give any path here and any file name where you
Your
want to
desktop is
capture.
not shared, Abdul.
Oh, I'm sorry. now is it visible?
We can able to see it now.
Okay, sorry guys. So yeah, as I was talking about this spool command. So this is a command specific to our SnowSQL command line interface. Okay, so what it does is, so you can give a path where you will create the spool file. Okay, you can give any name. Like this is just a custom name that I have given. You can give any name. There's no extension required. And what it will do is, it will basically capture the results of the execution, like what happened while executing this script. For example, use role sysadmin. Was it run properly, or was there an error? For example, there is no error. Sorry, there is no role called say sysadmin. In case, just a thought, it will give you an error, right? This role doesn't exist. Correct. So that kind of error it will capture. So we can track back at the script and we can see, okay, at what level did the script fail? And if there's an issue, we can go and track back. So it's kind of a log basically. Right? We have this logging files. It's kind of a log. Okay. So it's capturing the logs. And when you want to, and at the end of the file, you can say spool off. So it will stop gathering the results. And you can say hash exit, sorry, exclamation exit, which will bring you out of the SnowSQL connection. So I'm going to show how to run a single SQL file from SnowSQL command line interface. Okay, so this is the file that we're going to execute, that is load emp SQL. So what it's going to do is, it's going to put the employee files into a stage, okay, that we have created. It will create a table called emp basic 1, and then it will copy those files into the table emp basic 1. Okay, so let me connect to SnowSQL first. CMDB, Snow. Let me just quickly check if I have all the relevant things in place. Because see, this is an old file actually, right? Because I used it for my previous batches. But in the meantime, my account got expired, and Snowflake people have done certain changes there. So I had created one database called Control DB. It's not there anymore. So maybe I'll just change these things a bit. Okay. Cool. So I am connected, guys. You can see I'm connected. And if you want to see what account I am connected with, just to see IO84025. This is the one, IO84025, right? Now what I'll do is, I'll execute this SQL file. It should run this, it should execute this whole file, and within this file, whatever statements are there, they should execute. So first, let me just quickly check. So control DB is not there anymore. So I had created stage here. Let me go to demo DB. Demo DB, okay. And I had created this stage, my internal stage. Okay, so I'll copy this here. I'll just replace this. Control H. Replace all. Okay, I'll save it. I don't have any database called control DB, so I'll just remove this and make it demo DB only, because my schema and all, I have internal stages schema I have created in demo DB only. See this internal stages. This is the schema I have created, and under this, I have created this stage. So rest all is fine. Okay. At this is the local path where I have kept my employees file. That day I showed you, right? So this is my folder called teaching, where I keep all the teaching material, and this is my data set, and here is my files for employees which are there in this folder, and this is the same path I have given for the put command, the same path. So what it will do is it will first put my employee files into my internal stage, and then it will also create a table called employee basic, and it will then load the files. Let me do one thing.
Why we have to use a warehouse? Use warehouse. It would automatically pick up the compute warehouse, right?
Who is this?
Shiva.
Shiva, I think I'm really sorry. Nowadays, you're not revising things. I have to say it very blunt. Okay.
Oh, really?
Yes. How will it take automatically? Can you tell me?
No, by default variables it should pick, right?
Is it a web UI that you're using?
No, even though if you connected, right, Abdul, if you connect to an using a role demo DB and those database and schema, it shouldn't get the default warehouse.
No, but if what if I want to use some other warehouse?
Yeah, other warehouse I understand. Other warehouse I understand, but
Okay.
If
so what is the harm in this statement? Can you please tell me? Even
no,
if I use it?
no, I'm not telling it's a harm. Did I say it is a harm that if you use a warehouse? I'm asking.
No, but
I'm just asking a question. Will it use, if you did not give, will it use the default warehouse? That is my question.
yeah. So
My
if
question is not.
yeah, listen. Have patience to listen. So if you see it, it's already connected with a warehouse, computer warehouse here, right?
Yeah.
So even if you give this statement here, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, that was my question is, Dul.
Yes, I
Right.
agree. But if we will not normally not use the default warehouse, right? We will always have in the real life demo, you will have
Yeah.
certain
Yes,
warehouse.
I understand. My just question: if you did not use it, will it take default warehouse or not? That was my question.
See, you should not be very dependent on this here because it depends on the setting of your config file. In case it is not mentioned, it might be that it is not using any warehouse by default. It could be there, right? If suppose, see, for example, you will not, let me see the current role here. What is the default role I am logged in? See, you will be, right now you are connected as an account admin. Okay,
Yes.
but for you as a real life demo or say real life scenario, you will not be given this role as a developer or whatever role you
Yeah,
have.
we use designated role. We use designated role. Yeah.
Right. So it is quite possible that this default warehouse will not be assigned to you and to that role. Okay.
Yeah.
So in that case, you will not see anything here. So so don't be so rigid on this. I'm trying to say that always be careful when you're writing a script for SQL. You should always mention this. Don't be dependent on this SQL prompt here, because I have connected as account admin. So if suppose I connect as dev role, it is quite possible, that this warehouse is not assigned to me, or for that matter, any warehouse is not assigned to me. So I'll not be able to execute anything.
Okay. Yeah.
Cool. Where was I? Yeah, sorry. So I was showing you the path where all the files are kept on my local drive from where I'm putting it into my stage. Right. And now how do we execute this on SnowSQL? So there are two ways, right? So you can say SnowSQL -f and give the path of the file, SQL file. But you can also, when you are connected into SnowSQL, you can say this hash exclamation source and path of the SQL file, right? So let me show you the inside one first. And since for the previous batch, since I had to run this, so you know this spool file was already there. So what I'll do is I'll just remove it. Okay. so that it creates a fresh one for your purpose too, so that you guys can have a look at it. So I will give this command hash, sorry, exclamation source. I don't know why I keep saying exclamation source. Okay, and then the path of the file, SQL file that I want to execute. See, once I logged in here, there's no database and no schema, right? So that is why in the SQL file, I have said that use this database, use this schema, use this role and all that. Okay. So let me give the path of the file here. Slash. This is load emp underscore SQL. Okay. So load underscore emp dot SQL. See what it says. Statement executed, one row produced. Compilation error exists. If object does not exist, blah blah blah. Okay. So let's go and see the spool file. Like what exactly happened. So it must have, see, it just created a spool file, 15 Jan and sometime just back, right? So let's go and see where it failed. So it says SQL compilation error. Okay, use database or use a qualified name and all that. Okay. Okay. See, I did not use database here. Use database. Okay, that command is use database, right? By just saying use, it won't understand which object to use. Anyway. I'll have to connect again because in that script I had written exit. So it exited my SnowSQL. Then same. It's called DB. There's some issue somewhere. Use database. Object does not exist. Okay. Guys, see here. I said I want to use role sysadmin, right? Although DevoDB is existing here, but it is actually created by account admin. So if I go to the database here, because this is a new account, right? That time, all the roles and all that we had given properly. But this demo DB is actually created by dev role. I have a dev role which created DemoDB. Okay, so that is why it's doing that. So let me do one thing. Let me use dev role. And okay, I'll make it dev role here. And then still there's an issue. Okay, so internal stages, I think it doesn't have the privilege on. DemoDB and schema, internal stage. See, internal stage owner is account admin. So I'll just give the usage privilege. So you guys remember, right? For other role to use the schema, we give usage privilege. Granted. Okay, see, it doesn't have a warehouse also. It doesn't have that compute warehouse privilege. So let's go to the warehouses and maybe we'll give this one only, reporting warehouse. Okay. And guys, if you want to give this default, if you want that always this should be the objects that I want to get connected. I already told you can do through the config file, right? Fine. This looks good now. This is fine. I hope it works now. Let me just quickly see if the stage privileges are also in place. So I have stages, let's see, account admin. Account admin is the owner for that. Let me give the privilege here also. So we'll give read also and we'll give write also. So see, for stages, we need to give read and write kind of privileges on the role that to whom we want to give. So I'll give it to dev role, grant. Okay, because stage is also an object, a database object. I mean, not the user or table stage, but the internal and external stages. So if we go to this all privileges, so I always told you that at the object level, you always should go and see what all privileges I have, right? So if you have this stage privileges here. So if you see, you have usage, read, write, and all that. Okay, so we will give both read and write as of now because we want to write as well. During the unloading part, we will see all that. Okay, now I think things are in place and we will just run this. So it's good that, we had a use of the spool file also, and we try to understand what was the issue. I'll just delete this file again, guys. Okay. Cool. So everything is run fine. Till where? See, it uploaded the files also. See, insufficient privileges to operate on table EMP basic 1. Database control DB does not exist. Okay, at the end there was some error. So let me just go quickly and see again in the script. So here somewhere, see, that stage is no more in control DB. Actually, it's in demo DB. Demo underscore DB. And here, guys, am I audible?
Yes, Abdul, you're audible.
Okay, I just saw some internet connection issue. Okay, fine. AMP basic one. See, this is already this table is created. That day I showed you guys, right, by loading this AMP basic one. So already this table is existing as account admin. So what I'll do is I'll just maybe drop that table. Okay, because I am creating that as per my script. I am creating the table first, and I'm connected as a dev role. Okay. So let me drop that table. Drop table PNP underscore basic one. Just change the context. All this is little messed up because demo DB is created by dev role. Then demo DB is created by dev role. Okay, I was showing this how to transfer the ownership actually. And public schema is created by account admin. Table is owned by account admin. So I was just showing them, different scenarios, and all this mess up has happened. Anyway, what I'll do is I'll maybe give grant usage on the account admin also. Demo underscore public.emp basic one. Okay, dropped. So I'll re-execute it. Control L. Source. Fine. Insufficient privileges to operate on schema public. Insufficient privileges to operate on schema public. Okay, let me. Table EAP does not exist. Okay, it did not allow it to create the table also. Schema public. Okay. Public schema is owned by what? DB schemas. Public is owned by account admin. Okay. And I have given usage grant to dev role. Okay. So I have given usage grant. Any idea, guys? If I am trying to connect to public schema, I have already given the usage grant to dev role, which I am connected it here. But this public schema belongs to account admin, and account admin has given the usage role on dev role. It's already given there. Okay. Okay. Any ideas, guys? Why it could be the problem? Yes. See, insufficient privileges to operate on schema public. Any ideas? Can you tell me like what could have happened? It's a little messed up kind of a design. It doesn't happen normally. Just I was showing some scenarios, but anyway, even if it's messed up, we know we have so much knowledge by now that we can get out of this, right? So see, databases, we have DemoDB, which is owned by DevRole. Okay, if you go to DevRole, we have schema, which is public. Okay, that was created by account admin. Okay, now what I'm trying to do is in my table script here, I have used schema public. So I have given, so I should give usage privilege to dev role, right? For it to connect. So if I go to the dev role here, dev role, this thing, dev role context here, and if I run this command, it should run. Okay, because I have given the usage. So that is all fine. But here after this use, it's not working here from here onwards. So what do you think could be the issue?
We
See,
need to recreate the mbasic table again in using public schema.
so I have see, I removed I have dropped that table, AMP basic one now. Okay, I have dropped it. And the see, look again, demo DB, okay, it is owned by demo, okay, and public schema under it is owned by accountant. So if other roles have to access this schema, say dev role wants to access this schema, so there is a usage privilege that we give, right? Usage on public schema to dev role. So that is why this is visible to me as a dev role. If I connect the context as a dev role, this public schema is visible to me, correct? But however, till here it's fine. See, I just ran this statement here, right, in front of you in on web UI. This one, use schema public. Let me run it again. I think it's not hung. Okay, see, it just ran successfully, right? That means till here everything is fine. Till here, from top to here, everything is fine. Here it started to fail. And what was the issue we saw? We can go to spool file also. It will print here also. But if you want to go and look at the spool file, that also we can go, which just got created, right? So here, see, it says insufficient privilege to operate on schema public. With which role have we connected in the script? Dev role, right?
Abdul, are you there? You are not able to see your machine.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, but your machine we are not able to see. I could not.
Sorry. Okay. So see what I told you. This is my spool file, which we just create. We got that error, right? Insufficient privilege and all that. So if I go at the end here, it's saying insufficient privilege to operate on schema public, right? And till we know that till here it has run properly. Okay. But after this statement, it's not running. It is saying insufficient privilege to operate on schema public. So what do you think could be the issue? And this is not intentional, guys, okay? Because I was going to show you a smooth run, but we somehow landed into trouble because my account got recreated and my previous settings were not there. So, but it's a boon in disguise because I wanted to troubleshoot it, because this is a normal life scenario where you get so many issues and you need to debug it. So please help me debug it. Can you tell me from here it is showing an error? It's
Maybe
not.
Abdul, first you can try it in the web itself, how whether it's created or not. So we can check it
Yes.
whether it's an issue in SQL, or you can try
No,
to
we
create
see
over
we
here.
got the error, no? Okay, I will create. Yeah, that's a good start. You can do the debugging like that. It's a good start. Okay. So you can always do your testing on this web UI. You can come to web UI and do your testing. So you are connected with dev role, right, Venkat? In the
Yes.
script. So we will connect to dev role also here to recreate the scenario. We will use say virtual warehouse. We will select the database that we are going to create. We are going to do in public. All this is as per the script that we have set. Correct? Let's
Yes.
cross check once. Let's cross check once. Right? DemoDB. And here we are going to use schema public, and warehouse is reporting warehouse. This is the context in the file also. Now let me try to create a table. See, it says insufficient privileges to operate on schema. So that means NoSQL is giving us the right error, correct?
Yes.
Right. So now tell me what could be the problem.
Maybe you got that number, no? Can you check with this number 42501? What maybe additional we need to do? Maybe that number we have got, no, 420.
This one?
Yeah. With this, anything can be done?
No, see, Venkat, what it is saying is insufficient privileges to operate on schema public. Okay, and see what statement it was trying to run. It was trying to run create table. Okay. And on which schema? Public schema. Correct?
Yes.
See, public schema is owned by which role?
Account admin.
You can see, right? Account admin. Correct? So we are connected by dev role and we are trying to create a table in public schema, which is owned by account admin. Correct? Correct?
Yes.
So if you remember in our access framework control that we learned, whenever we want to create any object, in this case table, correct? Whenever we want to create any object, at what level we need to give that create privilege? One level up. Remember?
Yes.
Correct? So we have to give one level up the create table privilege to dev role. And what is the one level up for table? Schema, right? Schema is one level up, right, to the table. Okay. See, this is the level, right? This is the hierarchy here. So table comes one level up to schema, right?
Yes.
And when I told you, if you want to create any object in Snowflake, I had told you that time, you should go one level up and give the privilege. So one level up is schema privileges. Let me go to schema. See, you have a create table privilege here. I'm giving you thumb rules. I'm giving you conceptual thumb rules. You will never forget it if you note down all these things. You can simply go to this page and see whatever privilege you want to give to an object. Anyway, so what I'll do is I'll give create table grant to dev role. So because this schema is owned by account admin and it has not given create table privilege to dev role, that is why it's giving this insufficient privilege to operate on schema problem, right? So let me go to databases. I can give through SQL command also, but I'll quickly give through this web UI. So let me, sorry, I have to go to schema level. Give me I'll edit the grants for dev role here. Okay, I'll add more privileges. That is create a table also. I'll give create table also to it. Okay, and update. So it has given the create table. We can do through SQL also, but I'm doing it just for the quick sake on the web UI also. Fine. Now I will again go and run it. Okay. Let me save it and connect it. Guys, please ask if you're not understanding this. Okay, I'm okay to repeat it once again. Control L. Now let me run this and let's see what happens. See, table created now. Table created and all the files also loaded. Rows past 5, row loaded, etc. Everything is loaded. Now let's go to our web UI. From here also we can check. We can fire a select command and we can check from here also. But I'll just quickly go to I'll just refresh it here. Okay, and see if that table is created. See, this is created and I have 25 rows loaded as well. See, please tell me, did you understand this? Any issue in this? See, all this privilege issue was not intentional. Okay, again I'm saying, I was showing some demos and this is my new account here. So these old settings are gone. So somehow we ran into troubles. But since we have the knowledge, we are able to troubleshoot it. So, but any issue like what about all this? Say suppose we did not have any issue like this and it was all fine, everything was fine. So it would have run plainly like this. Okay, and if you go to the spool file also, I'll go to the spool file also. See, it's all fine. Okay, at the end. So this gets appended, guys. Okay, so you will have the old issues also there. Okay, so what you can do is you can just delete this file before that. Okay, and just see this. The latest status, there's no error. Everything is fine. Table was created successfully. We were getting stuck here at this level. Correct? Once we gave the privileges and it ran smoothly. So any issue in this? So in your release purposes, you will always execute scripts through SQL. Your create tables, your alter tables, etc. Okay. Now let me give you an assignment, guys, because doing practicals is very important. Right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you say 3 files. Okay. It's related to cricket. So you will have say bowling for ODIs, you will have bowling for T20s, and you will have bowling for test cricket. I will give you these 3 files only. What I want you to do is you should see this table. Okay. If you want to tweak the file, that is also fine with me. No issues. If you want to not load everything, all the columns, you want to load only 4 or 5, that is also fine with me. Up to you. But I want these 3 files to be loaded in a table. Okay. So I want you to do this. I'll just put these 3 files right now in the drives. Okay. That day we had loaded. And also I want the metadata also to be there in the table, the file name and the row number. Okay. So I will know, okay, this particular row is for the ODI, this particular row is for T20 or test or whatever. Let me go to the drive. Data set. But Venkat, your approach was right. What you did was right. You at least tried going to the web UI and trying to understand what is that issue there. is there issue with Snow SQL, or that approach was fine. Okay, but you should carry on from there. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So guys, please tell me if this is accept these three files are accessible to you. Okay, please let me know, and please download them at your end, and please load them into a table. Create your table as per your, I just told you, right? What it is fine not to load all the columns. I'm okay if you load 5, 6 columns also, not a problem. But I want to see that you have loaded these 3 files along with the metadata. Okay, I'll give you uh, 20 minutes exact. And I'm here only. Just tell me in case there's an issue. I'm putting on mute. If you have any issue, tell me. I'll be here and I'll answer your query. Guys, you are able to download the files. Please tell me if you have access.
Yes, Abdul, you are able to download.
Okay, great. Okay. Hey guys, I'm back. So yeah, any progress till now? Yeah, Venkat. So okay, Venkat, till where did you reach?
Yeah, I'm just downloaded and I'm checking the columns.
Okay.
So I'm going to create the tables.
Do one thing, Venkat. First, I mean, this is for everyone. What you guys can do is, because ultimately when you are loading, you will have to load it through a stage, right? Maybe a table stage or user stage, or normally we use the name stage. So it's better to first, load the files into stage the files into your staging area, and then you can maybe see the schema also. Like you can do a select and see like $1, $2, and that way you can decide what table to create. Understood? This is just an approach I'm telling you, but up to you guys. Whatever you feel comfortable, you do it. Ultimately, that file should get loaded.
Abdul,
Yes,
Abdul,
Venkat.
one
Yes.
small suggestion. Can you take this
Yes.
as assignment and can we show in next class, tomorrow class?
Yeah. Okay.
The reason is that say I go through small, a little bit step by step, so clearly I
No,
can.
no, that is fine. That is fine. That is all. I see. One thing is, this is obvious that nobody is watching the recordings and nobody is practicing. So I am going to express my disappointment here, very frankly. Okay. So I hope you guys, so there's one student of mine, who had taken this course very seriously and he used to practice it. He's also working in a job, right? And he is around 3 or 4 years experience, I guess. And he's got two offers and four of the interviews are still lined up. He got offers from L&T and RRD consultancy, yes. Okay, so but the difference is that he used to practice and he used to create notes, right? So I'm expressing my disappointment here that I'm seeing it is very quite visible that things are not being practiced. Anyway, you can Venkat, you can take it as a assignment, no problem. Just revise, see the recording, and documentation, as I always said, is the best friend. Okay, always go and refer the documentation also, which is very beneficial for all of us. Fine. So anyway, so I showed you how to run these scripts from the SQL, Snow SQL. And if we go to Snow SQL, we have a lot of options there, right? For example, suppose if you get stuck somewhere, like, if you want to know how to exit, how to abort, how to pause, how to print something. So you can always go and refer to so many commands are there here. Okay, this is one spool that I showed you. This is source I just showed you, right? And the other way of executing the file is through when you're not in the Snow SQL CLI mode. Okay, so you can say Snow SQL minus F and path of the SQL. So what I'll do is I'll just run that again also. I'll just go and maybe truncate that, or I'll just drop that table and run it through the other way. So the owner, guys, because I was connected, I created the table through the script, right? SQL script. So the owner, and I was connected as a dev role that time. So the owner will become dev role. See, the owner has become dev role because once in the script itself, I mentioned use dev role. So I'll just change the role here. See, account admin has access to compute warehouse, other warehouses. Okay. As soon as I change the dev role here, see that warehouses are gone, and only the one it has access to it will come. Okay. So yeah, let me and I dropped it. I'm going to show you the other way. It's simple only. But when you're outside the Snow SQL CLI mode, so what does Snow SQL CLI mode is? Simple. This is my outside Snow SQL mode, right? I'm not connected. I'm not connected into Snow SQL right now, right? So I am outside. So we should. So what it says is that you can run the following command. But I think we need to also mention the connection. So anyway, I'll run this and see if works fine. Okay, let me use this one. I think I accidentally pressed enter. Let me copy the path. I'll remove this spool file also. Okay. And my node EMP SQL is at this path, right? So I'll connect Snow SQL minus F, this, and the name of the file is load underscore EMP underscore SQL dot SQL. Okay, so please don't forget to mention the extension. Yeah, see, it's asking all those details. So what I'll do is I'll just simply disconnect it. So what I'll do is I'll give the connection also. Snow SQL minus C. So you can, it will prompt you to enter your account name, your, other details like which database to connect and all that, which user to connect, what is the password and all that. But you can, if you don't want to enter it on the fly, you can just say minus, connect it with this parameter and then give the other parameter, which is your minus F and our path. Yeah. Slash load underscore underscore SQL dot SQL. Awesome. Okay, so this was outside the CLI mode, guys. Okay, so the previous one which I showed you was after you connect to Snow SQL. That is, you use exclamation source command. Okay, and directly if you want to run outside Snow SQL, this way. So if you run this, it will give you it will ask you for prompting the account name, username, and all that. But if you want to not do it like that and want to be connected through the connection, default connection, you can give this Snowflake -c, your connection name in the config file, and then your -f and path of your file name. So these two methods you can do, right? And if you go and quickly check, that table should be there. Refresh. Yes, it's there. And data is also there. Okay. And I'll quickly check if my files are also there. So to check in the stages, what is the content of stages? We give the command list, right? List and at the rate. So okay, this staging is not in public, it is in internal stages. I'll change the context. Fine. See, so I have those 5 files. Okay. And what I'll do is I'll just quickly go and purge them, so it doesn't charge me. Although it's very small data, but I mean it's fine also if I don't, but better to keep that habit. So rm at the rate demo underscore tv dot underscore stages removed. Cool. And if I want to exit, exclamation exit outside. Goodbye. Fine. Okay, guys. So now we will move on to the new topic. I mean, we are still in the data loading topic only, but right now we have seen the file loading from the local file system that is on your laptop, on your local server, from there to the Snowflake SQL Cloud data warehouse. But you can also load your files into Snowflake from 3 cloud storages directly without any ETL interference. Okay, so I'll just show you. So we have this Snowflake here. Okay, and say we have some databases. These are our databases. Okay, and say this is our laptop where we had our local files, and we were able to directly load it. Correct? We loaded it using the copy command. We put into stage, then we copy into the tables and all that directly. There was no ETL in between, or a JDBC or a ODBC or some specific connector. There was nothing like that, right? For similarly, there are additional storages from where we can load data directly into Snowflake. Okay, so it is the cloud. So we have AWS cloud, we have Azure, and we have GCP. Okay, so for AWS, obviously it is going to be S3. This is our S3. Okay, and for Azure, it's going to be Blob, and for Google, it's going to be GCP bucket. Right? If you keep any files here, okay, it will be possible to load those files directly into your Snowflake tables without any ETL interference. Okay, the command remains the same. Copy command remains the same as we did for the local file system. But the only change here comes is the stage. Okay, the files that come into the stage before getting loaded, that stage is called as external stage. So you remember we have 2 kinds of stages. Right? We have 2 kinds of stages, internal and external. So when we load data from either of these three clouds, AWS, Azure, GCP, that files get staged into external stage in Snowflake. And that day, when we were creating the stages, you will remember when we were trying to create it, we had three options. Three options in the cloud. One is, of course, the local one, and the other three was for the clouds. So existing S3 location, existing Azure location, and existing Google location. Okay. Now my question is, we know that this data, so whatever data gets loaded, it will be basically getting behind the scenes. Suppose if you're talking about AWS, it will be basically getting physically stored in S3, right? So my question is this S3 from where I'm loading the files, is it that same one where that data is going to get stored? You understood the question?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So can you tell me, is it going to be the same S3?
Maybe since it's an overlap system, there should be some transformation.
No. My question is, Venkat, see, I will have some files here, okay? Some files on S3. Earlier, we loaded files from local file system, right? This is our laptop here, where we have the local files. Employee files we had here, right? On my local laptop. Now, we have files here on S3 bucket, on the S3 storage. Okay, there is some storage in AWS where you can put files, employee file, all those 5 files. Okay. So I'm saying what I told you, that you can directly load these files from S3. There's a AWS storage, right? Storage area called S3. From there into our table. Suppose this employee table here. There's an employee table here, like EMP basic one. EMP basic one. This one we will go get loaded. And we know what I've been learning about cloud till now, that behind the scenes it uses cloud service, right? So suppose if our Snowflake account is hosted on AWS, behind the scenes, this data is actually getting stored physically at S3 location, some S3 location. So my question is that S3 location the same as this S3 location from where I loaded the files?
Yes, Abdul, it should be same, right?
Okay. Anybody else wants to try? Vinod and Shiva?
Not necessary, Abdul, what I feel. Because we don't know what Snowflake uses and what would be the bucket for the one which we create as external stage. It's not necessary, what I feel, to be same. It can be a different S3 bucket. It may be a bucket to bucket copy, technically. That is what I believe.
Right. So it is not necessary. That's correct. Because this is not related to this S3 location. This is some source system. In real life, you have a database, MS SQL, Oracle, whatever. You get files from some source system, right? Maybe your credit data, your customer due diligence data, whatever it is. You get files from a source system. So this is a source system. My local file here is a source system for me. This is also a storage area somewhere in the cloud. That is a source system for me. So it is not necessary, that this S3 which gets physically allocated for this account of Snowflake is going to be that only. Okay. So it's not going to be same, ideally. This could be some other company, right? This is who is sending you employees data, and they're asking you, they're saying, okay, we have put our files in our S3 location here, you get it loaded, right? So it's like that. So don't confuse that it's going to be the same.
Yeah,
Venkat,
because I will tell you a real case scenario that we are working on, right? We own a platform. We send some output files to every day from, for example, if you say Bank of America, right? They are operating our platform to use their wealth management, right? So every day, night, we will send some files about what are the transactions happened today, what are the new accounts open today. Entire the book of business information we will send every day night, right?
Okay.
Now there is a client called Covax and UK. Now they don't want to file to be sent FTP. They wanted to create the data into an Snowflake account.
Okay.
Right. They are using AWS3. What they're telling is it's a being ongoing discussion. You put the file into S3, we will copy into Snowflake. Our only headache is instead of putting a FTP, as of now, how our platform work is for every firm. Instead of will generate it will FTP to an FTP location for different FTP location for every firm.
Destination.
Every destination. Bank of America is one destination. Like there's a huge FTP. Now what they are telling, instead of FTP, put it into S3 bucket. That's all. We will take care of everything about moving those files into tables.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, there is another client. They are asking, we will give an account, Snowflake account. We have account. We will give access to Snowflake account. You can directly insert into some tables every day.
Okay.
Both are going to use Snowflake in two different ways. One is asking, put it in the S3 bucket itself. That's all. Another one is asking, put it from your local storage, from our NAS, without FTP the file, from the NAS directly insert into Snowflake. We will give you an account, Snowflake account,
access and all that.
password, roles, everything will be allocated to. There are five files, right? Same exactly 5 files will be dubbed into Snowflake.
So this is a good use case for that, right? I mean, you can have a this kind of a script created. This kind of for data. I'm talking about the local to Snowflake. So you can have this kind of a script created, and all you have to do is just stage the files and copy it. That's it. Transformations and all that they will do at their end, right?
Yeah, they will. There is no need transformation. Whatever the file format we generate, they will exactly create the same file table in the Snowflake.
Direct load. There's no.
Instead of handling CSV files, managing multiple version of CSV files every day, they want to keep the entire transaction right into their Snowflake table.
Correct. So I mean, using this method, it's quite easy for you right now, right? Is it?
There is a separate team and they are working for it. I not involved because I was into meeting about the requirement. So I and a separate team, they are working on it.
Okay, maybe you can. I mean, share this idea if you want to.
No, they hired a separate team. There are so many requests now.
Okay.
Handling such cases. They
Got
set
it.
up a new data team for this.
Got it. So this is sorted direct local to what do you call Snowflake data well is sorted. Now what we are saying is we are saying we are kept. So this is ultimately a cloud area somewhere. It's a physical data center situated somewhere on earth. Okay, where there's a storage device called S3 or a service called S3 where you are putting the files, and from there we are going to pull the files into Snowflake. We're doing same thing only. From local, what we did for local files into Snowflake, exact same thing. But the only thing is we had our control on this laptop, my laptop here. But now I am accessing this from a cloud location somewhere for both of them. Snowflake is also cloud location for me. And this S3 service AWS is also cloud location for me. That is the only difference. Else all the steps in between are the same, except the stage will now be called as external stage. Okay, and we will see how to do that. It's very simple, but some authentications are required because it's on S3, so it doesn't mean that I'll pull anything into this. Anybody can pull it. You need an authentication, right? Because this is my local laptop, so I don't need an authentication from my side, from this side here. But this is S3 is not at my control right now, so I need authentication at both ends. Okay, this is authorized to load data into Snowflake, so all that will come into picture. But before that, I'm just telling you what we are going to learn next. Before that, I'm going to explain a little basic, guys, of cloud and we will take AWS basics as far as cloud is concerned. So guys, we long back we had taken this analogy from preparing for a marriage, right? We had listed down so many things that we need to do for a marriage, right? From your food services to decoration to parking, accommodation, and all that. And there we had come to a conclusion that it's best to hire them for a rent them for a day or 2 or 5 as per your requirement, and then once the service is over, you don't pay it at all. Okay, so cloud has a similar kind of a concept, right? So you pay for what you use instead of setting up your own data centers. Planning the capacity, like what kind of compute power I need, with the number of 200 nodes, 500 nodes, what all I need. Instead of that, this we are availing from other service provider, and those are the cloud service providers, so which is AWS, Azure, and all that. So what is the basic setup? Where is this centers located? What is the compute service that they are providing? Where is it actually? Where is that S3 service actually? So that we are trying to understand conceptually. For that, so the very basic point of any cloud is to understand what is called as the global infrastructure. Okay, you know what infrastructure is? Infrastructure is nothing but your computers, your storage devices, your routers, your network devices, and all that. Correct? So how are they spread across globally? Because if I'm sitting in India, I should get that infrastructure available to me. If I'm in US, also I should get that infrastructure available to me. It's not my headache, right? AWS has promised I will give you the infrastructure, so they will give it to me. It's not a geographical dependency for me. So what happens is the cloud service provider, like your AWS, it has its presence in regions. Okay. So what is a region? Basically, it's a geographical location, a proper physical location in somewhere in the world. Okay. So if you see here, a region is a physical location in the world and is independent. So the regions, for example, US East 1, US West 1, and US Asia Pacific Southeast 2, and all this, they are not related to each other. They are independent on their own. Okay. But they are connected through a very high bandwidth network. Okay. A very private one, and it is solely available for AWS. So you can connect each region together through a network. Okay. And today, so guys, see, this could be ever changing. The number of regions around the world, this could always be changing. So this is an old slide maybe. So what we'll do is this information, if you want, for AWS, suppose. So all you have to do is go to Google and say AWS global infrastructure. This is the very first basic of any cloud, global infrastructure, right? Where are my data centers present? Where is my infrastructure present? Where is it coming from? So this is the basic of any cloud. First thing is the global infrastructure. So right now we are studying AWS. So let's go and see the global infrastructure of Amazon AWS. Okay, see, it has got 26 launched regions. Right. So if you see this slide, when I had created it, there were 25 regions around the world, but now they have increased one more, 26. And what are regions? They are physical areas on the earth, right? So if you want to see the list of those regions, maybe. AWS. Okay, so this is a map. See this blue dot here, these are regions. So if you go and see different regions we have. So let's go and see for India. See, this is our India here. And see this blue dot is region, and this is coming soon. That means they're going to launch it soon. Okay, it's not yet launched. So if you see Mumbai, it was launched in 2016, which means in Mumbai, they have a physical data center or physical infrastructure present. Okay, all those S3 devices or your EC2 devices, your other storage devices, they're all present somewhere in Mumbai. Okay, we don't know where it is. And Shiva, which location are you present right now?
US
Like
East.
US East.
Yeah. No,
US
no,
East. So
no,
let's go to
Top,
here.
yeah, yeah, yes. Come down.
Ohio?
Yes. Ohio, Virginia.
Yeah, this
Yes.
one. Yeah, so this is the
Next one.
government. Yeah, Ohio.
That is only for government. There's another one, right?
Ohio
But
is
government. The another one, Virginia. Third one,
yeah,
yeah.
this
Is
one,
that
not
Northern Virginia? Yes. The
right.
second one, base government cloud. Other private parties are not allowed for the cloud. They only for
Correct.
government
Correct.
data, exclusive for government data.
Correct. So this
Highly
one,
secured.
AWS government cloud means that whatever computers or whatever global infrastructure you have at this region, it will only be used by the US government, okay? Not by any other private parties like banks and all that. Okay, so these are all already launched, which means you already have the what do you call infrastructure present here. That is what it means. Okay, so and this is what is coming soon, which means if you go to India, in Hyderabad, they are setting up their infrastructure in the region of Hyderabad. Okay, so you understood what region are? Nothing but geographical locations on the earth. And each region, okay, let me draw it also. This is our cloud. Okay. This is our cloud, and we have this is world basically. We have different regions. So let's consider Mumbai as of now. Okay, so we have somewhere here Mumbai, and somewhere we have here in US in North Carolina near to Shiva. So this is our region. In each region, there is something called as availability zones. Okay, so if you look at Mumbai here, see it says availability zones. Number of availability zones is what? 3. Okay, so let's say 3. We'll draw 3 availability zones. I'll tell you what availability zone is. 3. This is Mumbai. This is Mumbai region, and these are my availability zones from 1 to 3. AZ 1, 2. Okay. See, each region consists of 2 or more availability zones. Okay, so minimum is 2. You need to have 2 availability zones per region. And what is an availability zone? It is nothing but a combination of data centers. So that the actual infrastructure, your actual data centers, wherever they are located in Mumbai, they are called as availability zones or in particular region, basically. So if you have 3, so as far as Mumbai is concerned, so you have 3 availability zones here. So these are your nothing but your data centers. And it is not necessary that it is just one data centers. There could be many data centers in this combination of data centers. Okay. So you have, say, let's consider, just for the sake of considering, you have 2 data centers here. So all your EC2 machines, your S3 and all that, they are actually residing here. So when you are connected to Snowflake, right? Say this is our Snowflake. This is our Snowflake, okay, our account. And suppose while creating our Snowflake, so people who are in India, if you remember, we had chosen Mumbai region, right? You remember? And what did we say? Snowflake behind the scene uses cloud services. So actually those EC2 machines, whenever we are creating a warehouse, those EC2 machines which are providing the compute power are coming from somewhere here. From somewhere, some availability zone data center here in Mumbai region. When we are storing data in S3, that time that S3 service or that drive or that location, blob storage, not block storage, object storage, which is storing your Snowflake tables data. It is somewhere here actually in the form of S3 service. Okay, helps to visualize. It is actually happening like this.
After we choose availability region, right? We create a Snowflake account.
Yes.
Yeah, in that case, there is more possibility that our Snowflake account data and also the S3 can be in the same availability zone. The previous question you asked, right? Can it be same S3?
Okay. Yes. Yeah. This
right.
one. Yeah, but what will happen is that will be AWS account specific. So this Snowflake internally will have an AWS account, right? And it will have its own
physically,
S3.
we can think of.
Yeah, physically, yes. Physically, yes,
yeah.
possible. Yes. But logically, no.
Yeah. And also one more, you said, right, region. Region is nothing but a virtual concept. There is not a physical data in the anything related to region. Region is just a grouping, that's it. But the actual data will be stored in availability zone, as you mentioned just now.
Yeah. So that is the
Region is
data
nothing
center.
but, yeah.
That is the actual data center, but the region is the geographical location. I mean, like, where is it geographically, physically located? So that will be Mumbai, right? That will be a region. So the computer that is actually there in a data center, that is called as availability zone. And that particular region can have number of available zones. So, I mean, region is a geographical location. So that is a physical location, right?
Yeah, physical location. Actually, what I'm saying is, even though it is a physical location, it is a logical group of availability zone.
Yes, that is correct. Yeah. So it's a combination of multiple availability zones actually. So that's what here we say. Each region consists of 2 or more availability zones. Okay. So see, Shiva has already worked on AWS, so he has quite good knowledge as far as this cloud is concerned. So my feedback or question is to Venkat and Vinod. Did you understand till now?
Yes, Abdul.
Okay. When Vinod, I hope you also understood till now what I'm trying to explain for AWS.
Yeah.
Okay. Moving forward. So as I said, availability zone is composed of one or more data centers. So this is very high level, guys. Okay. We are not going into details of cloud. There are multiple things. As you can see, you have now you have 84 availability zones across the regions. Okay. So if you have 26 regions, and you have 84 availability zones. So around per region, around like how many? 26 into 4 maybe, right? Not 4, 3. I mean, that's not the exact thing. Like some region might have a lot of 4 or 5 availability zones and some region might have just one. But I'm just saying, you have 26 launch regions and availability zones inside them is 84 availability zones across. You see how many countries they have covered. Okay. Then there's some other local zones and all this. So this all we don't need to know right now. Okay. But just for visualizing, this is important. Like how actually the cloud is physically, installing their infrastructure somewhere, which we are actually accessing as a service. Okay. So this is on a high level I wanted to show you. And then edge locations. Okay. If you remember, we had talked about this Netflix use case, right? Where, Netflix uses AWS behind the scenes, right? And it uses its S3 storage service to store all its logging data and its video files and all that. And for compute processing of website and, playing the video files, it uses EC2. But the thing is, in India, suppose we are, we have Netflix users, And we know in India, currently there is only one region. Hyderabad is in the launching phase, that is fine. But currently we just have Mumbai region, right? So what about a person, say, who is sitting in, say, Assam, somewhere, on the northeast side, right? So it is quite far from, so basically, say, Netflix has stored its video files in S3 somewhere here in this availability zone somewhere here, and it's using EC2 to power up its website and playing videos for you, correct? So in Assam, there are certain users, like say a group of users who want to, access Netflix, watch movies and all that, watch their web series and all that. So you can imagine the kind of latency, right? When they connect from their laptops or computers or say smart TVs, you can understand that there would be because that would be, they would be accessing over a normal internet connection or a normal broadband, right? So you can understand that there could be a latency here, correct? So what they came up with a concept was of edge locations. Edge locations here. So what they did was, so this is not a region specific. It's not inside a region at all. It is outside a region. Okay. So what they did was they created edge locations near certain other parts of the country. Say this is an edge location, maybe say near to Assam. Suppose this is called edge location. It is outside the region. Okay. It's not part of a region, but again, it's a physical infrastructure. So what they did was, they said, okay, we will cache. So they have their own algorithms, based on the CDN, content delivery. What do we call that? Content delivery management, I think. So yeah, so basically they came up with an algorithm like what. So they predict what would be the most watched movies or sought after movies that Assam people would want to see. So what they do is, depending on that algorithm, they cache those video files here as location. So so when they start their Netflix account, they start using it. So instead of going to directly to Mumbai region, they basically get connected to edge locations here, where the video files are all cached. The website is cached here, and video files are cached here. So this actually removes the latency issues. Okay, so this edge location is also a physical kind of a center here. So that is what, if you see here in this global infrastructure, you'll find somewhere here edge locations also. Yeah, see, edge locations. So they have 300 edge locations.
In India itself, we have 70.
Sorry, in India we have?
India itself, we have 70.
70.
Yeah, 17. 17.
Okay, 17.
At least every state, at least every 2 states, we have edge location.
Right.
Yeah, there is new Telugu movie or a Tamil movie released, right? In the
Pushpa,
Amazon
Pushpa.
Prime. Yeah, Pushpa. Everybody will see the video. Will be either available in edge location nearby Chennai and Hyderabad. So you don't need to hit to the S3. Everything will be being watched by cache edge location itself.
Correct.
Yeah, or else they cannot manage.
Correct. That's right. So, so basically the concept, what I was trying to tell you is that if everybody across India starts hitting the Mumbai region only, where, they want to watch the movie, so it will create a lot of network traffic issue, and ultimately you don't have a good viewing experience. They'll start buffering, and we'll go back to those old 3G days and all that. So we have this edge locations where they cache based on their algorithms what to cache, what is the most popular, like Spider-Man will come, like Pushpa has come and all that. So they will cache it here, and you can have a good viewing experience. So this is some overview about it. Coming to okay, so we need to understand IAM service. Okay, so let me go to AWS first. So this is our AWS website, guys. Nothing but the, if you type AWS infrastructure, it will bring you to AWS website only. where you can explore your services also. Okay, so what we'll do, okay, so I need you guys to create AWS accounts. So Shiva, I think you have your AWS account, right? Your
Yes,
own.
but I haven't have it logged in multiple times. Let me try logging.
Okay, no problem. Just reset your password. And Venkat and Vinod, can you guys please? I mean, by tomorrow, can you guys please create AWS accounts?
Oh, okay, brother.
Okay, you just what you need to do is I'll just show you. Just Google AWS sign. Right, and create a free account. AWS free trial, create a free account here. Okay, so they will ask for a credit card. They will deduct. Anyway, you just go to this and click here, and they will ask for a credit card, and I think they'll deduct some ₹1 or something. I don't know, but they will refund it also soon. Okay, so you will have to put your credit cards, but don't worry, they will not charge anything for the free trial, at least up to a year. Okay, you have 1 year till some of these services will be available to you, so you don't have to worry about it. Okay, so just go here, and it is self-explanatory. You need to put in your details, name and all that. Yeah, the only thing is that it will ask for credit card details, which you need to put. So I have also put, and so see the difference. Snowflake did not have to do that, right? We did not put any credit cards and all that. Okay, so if I sign into my
5 to 10 minutes sound.
yeah, we'll just wind up in 5 minutes, guys. Just give me 5 minutes. I'm logging into my Snowflake account, which is already there. Okay.
Sorry, Abdul, I was not mute. My kids came and started calling me.
No problem. Okay, so you can put it in a in that alphabetical way also, but I prefer to hear and put in the OTP kind of thing. Let's say, and capture entries incorrect. I don't know, some problem. Anyway, so basically it will log into the Snowflake, sorry, the AWS. Wait, let me put you all on mute. Maybe that's why it's cutting in between. Just a minute. Maybe I'll try this only. 6, 8, 6, 5. This is a simple one. Okay. So once you guys create your, maybe later. So once you create your account, you will be signed into the AWS console. Okay. See, while creating, I had chosen Mumbai region, and I had chosen my account name and all that. Okay. And here we are going to understand some services. So as you know, AWS provides services like EC2, S3. So we are going to see some additional services like IAM, like what it is, identity access management and all that. Okay. So and some S3 basics also. So we're going to see these two things, on a basic way. So that is enough for us to do our what do you call lab practicals for Snowflake. Okay, so we'll stop here, guys. Any questions on today's class? Yeah, and please do that assignment. Yeah, guys, am I audible?
Abdul, can you hear me?
Yes, yes. Tell me.
Yeah. Regarding the assignment, is that we need to only upload or anything we need to do? Because you are given 3 tables, right? That's it.
No, just upload. That's it. Put the data in the table.
Okay.
And one more thing. Let me open that files. See, is the structure of the file same, like these columns and all that? The same, right? See, they're all same, right? Or whether it's ODI, test, or T20, it's all same, correct? So you need to load in one table only, not 3 tables. Okay. Don't load in separate table. I want it to be, see, in employees, how did we load? We loaded 5 files into one table only, right? Same way, we have to load these 3 files into one table only. Okay. Okay, if no questions, then thank you, guys. And see, my suggestion, okay, after this, once we complete data loading, right? Sorry, I'll take 5 minutes more. Really sorry, guys. Then I will let you go. So go to Snowflake Academy. Once I'll tell you, okay, we'll complete data loading first, right? And you have to then over the week, you guys, all of you have to Snowflake University. Yeah, hands-on essentials. This website, hands-on essentials, we have to go. And here, there's a first badge, badge 1. Okay, badge 1 workshop. This you will have to start over the week. Okay, it will take maximum around 6 to 8 hours to complete this. Okay, so over the week maybe you can give 1 hour like that, and you can complete. Once you complete this, Snowflake will issue a badge to you. Okay, that you are certified, holding a badge of this, and you can flaunt it, wherever you want. So this we will have to start. You will do over the week. I'll tell you once we complete it. Okay, even if we complete half, I will tell you, because you can take it from there. Okay, guys. So thanks, and somebody has messaged. Vinod has messaged. So Vinod, did you load it?
No, I'm getting an error saying that invalid file format. Is the pattern correct? I have created just 2 minutes.
No problem. Okay. Do you have the old employees one? Right. Yeah. Can you use this kind?
Yeah, I used that one, but it was throwing me an error because the file format is different, right? So I
Fine.
started.
Okay. Okay. No.
I changed it to the one which I sent in the chat. Actually, it is bowlingstar.csv.
Okay.
Because
First, tell me, did you stage it? Did
yeah,
stage it?
it is
Okay.
staged. I can.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Fine. Let me. Guys, others who have some other work, please feel free to drop. Make host. Yeah. Vinod, you can share.
Can you see my screen?
Yes.
So I have staged it.
So can you show me the contents of your stage? No, that's fine. Remove this. Show me the contents of your stage. So you have created a schema called ballers.
No, I have created a table called bowlers.
Okay. Table called
And
ballers.
in the stage, I have created my internal underscore stage. And I've
Okay.
loaded the table in this.
Okay. So go to your worksheet. Okay. So just create one new worksheet. Right. So you know how to see the contents of a stage. Do you remember the command?
Use, right? Use.
No. List.
Oh, sorry. List.
Use is to change the context
Yeah.
to say which database, which all that you want to use. Right. This okay. So this stage belongs to a database, right? So you have to mention the database and schema. So yeah, you can change the context, or either you can give here also. Up to you. Cool.
See, I've loaded all the three.
See what it does is balling. Okay. So can you show me your copy command right now? Is it there on the web UI? Yeah. Okay. So see there before the balling, right? Actually, it is having my internal something there. If you go back to the stage,
Oh, okay. My internal underscore stage.
something like that, right? So give it like employee only, like /star. What is there in the employee thing, right?
Yeah, we see here. Can you see this copy command?
Yeah.
It
Copy
is
that on the
encrypted.
web UI. Can you copy that on web UI? Because copy command we can run from web UI also.
Okay.
Okay. Up to you. You can run from there. Okay. Wait, just a second. I will. Where is my pattern? Let me. Yeah. So can you copy paste this there somewhere below, not on the command or upward, wherever. Yeah, I just comment it out. Just add 2 dashes there. Yeah. Okay. So see, dot star. Okay. Give a dot star. Yeah. Now give enter. What was it saying? Error. Okay. Copy into. Okay. Do one thing. Can you just take out that select statement somewhere out? No. Okay. Up to my internal stage only. Open a new worksheet. Yeah. Yeah. Select this. Yeah. Can you fire this command? Okay. Can you make that 12 together? 12 together. T.12. Yeah. Remove the last line. Yep. Remove that bracket also. So that last bracket. Give a semicolon. Just give and press Control Enter. If you want a shortcut key, Control Enter. See, you have this, right?
Okay.
So there's some formatting issue actually. If you go back to your copy command, that 12 or something might have got misplaced, something like that. Okay, if just correct that, and it should go. Okay, till here you have put it, so definitely it will go into table also. Okay, so just play around with it.
Yeah. Okay, Abdul.
Okay. Anyway, good job, Varun. Good job.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, guys. Have a good day, and I'll see you tomorrow.
Okay.
Bye bye.
Bye.